This is James and Kara, and we are Kerouac Cruising.
We are taking you on a journey, traveling the country with our dogs and finding remote places where the dogs
And us
can roam free and play while we discuss life's growths, beauty, and some struggles along the way.
We recommend pairing our episodes with our blog at kerouacscruising.com, where we organize accurate information in an easy-to-follow format, removing all of the conversational goodies.
The link for this episode's blog post is in the show notes.
We encourage you to join the conversation by commenting where you listen, engaging with us on Facebook or Instagram at Kerouac Cruising, or email us at join@kerouacscruising.com.
In the meantime, thanks for tuning in. Sit back and enjoy the journey.
Good morning.
Hi, welcome to James and Kara Kerouac Cruising, and today we're going to talk about Red Lodge and Beartooth Pass and what we've been doing since we've been visiting our friends, and we had a great time. We spent a lot of our time with our friends, but what we did for activities, we mainly stayed on this road called West Fork Road or West Fork Creek Road.
Yes, West Fork Creek, yep. And it's in the Shoshone National Forest, I think.
And the road's about 15 miles long, but on the way out there, it's just on one side of the road or the next, there's either camping, campground, hiking trailhead, and a river that goes right down through it. And we four-wheeled out there. We took, our friends have a side-by-side, a Polaris side-by-side, so they let us take it out there because they work full-time. You know, they're working 5 days a week, only have 2 days off, and they only have 1 day off that they have together. So one day we were with one, the other day we were with the other, and only 1 day with them both. We explored that area mainly. That was pretty close to their house. But downtown Red Lodge and the surrounding area is just for any activity you would want to do in any season, basically.
Yeah. Red Lodge is full of anything, literally. So it's got a cute little downtown, lots of shops, eclectic shops, unique places. They have a gallery. They have all kinds of different food, anything that you can imagine.
Except for Philly cheesesteaks.
Yeah, they're not open yet. That's what if you haven't caught it in the previous episodes, our friends are from Philadelphia, family friends of mine, and they, after a 10-month road trip of trying to decide what they really want out of life, they settled roots down in Red Lodge, Montana, and they're getting ready to open a Philly cheesesteak shop. So anyways, any food you can imagine, they've got tons of Airbnbs and places to stay. This is considered the gateway to Yellowstone for the northeast entrance. Not only, all that, but you can do White River tours. You can do kayaking. They've got
horseback riding.
They've got rock climbing cliffs. They've got
skiing in the winter.
Tons of hiking. Yeah, boating,
mountain
all kinds
biking.
of that. Mountain biking. They've got a Nordic village, and then they have 2 different ski areas in the area. One is your traditional ski area open during the winter months, and they have snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, all of that. But then they also have a summer ski area, and I think that was called Beartooth Basin. It's open in the Beartooth Pass from May until July. It's the only summer skiing in the United States. So I thought that was pretty interesting if you want to catch some late season skiing, some late skiing.
And we're going to talk about that area and how unique it really is.
Yeah.
Really. They're skiing at that time because it's probably impassable except for snowmobile any other time. Basically.
Yeah. So it's really a base camp for anything you want to do. It is near Yellowstone. So if you're in the area, why wouldn't you check out that bit of Yellowstone if you haven't? But Red Lodge really is its own destination. It's got anything you could possibly want.
Everything's around there.
Yeah. If you like being outdoors, and if you don't like being outdoors, there's tons of indoor activities too. So, as far as wine bars and theaters and things like that. Really great all around location. This is the second time we've gone. We've really enjoyed our time in Red Lodge. Everybody's super nice. Montanans are really great people.
We went to pig racing.
In the past, last year, they have some pig races in a nearby town to Red Lodge, which if you haven't done it, you should, because it's just stupid fun. It's just silliness, but it's a good time, good excuse to drink and hoot and holler and gamble a couple bucks over a pig. It's silly. It's fun.
It was fun. We had fun.
It supports the local 4-H, so, it's not, anything crazy like dog fighting or anything, But anyways.
So Red Lodge is pretty remote, and as far as that, if you want a Walmart or anything like that, you're driving, they said they drive 45 minutes to the Walmart. So that's like a day for them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we hiked, so we went four-wheeling, we talked about.
Found some great dispersed camping spots while we were
Really
doing that, you guys. So check out if you're going to be in the Red Lodge area and you want to disperse camp, check out our blog. As always, we'll have those sites pinned. They're not too far off the road, but just far enough, and you can be on the creek. Really great
really
spot
right on the creek
in
camp
thick
spots.
trees. But remember, once again, this is grizzly bear country.
Grizzly bear country, first come, first serve. Get there early.
Mhm.
And we stopped at one bathroom, a Volt toilet, and they had a big caution sign, and it said moose carcass, 4 grizzly bears in the area. And
This was off one of the trails.
this is off one of the trails, so you know, I don't carry bear spray. I carry a firearm, but have something.
Yeah.
I mean, this is bear country, and like we're up here in the fall, and guess what they're doing in the fall? Gathering, eating as much as they can to hibernate.
They're starving.
So
to
they're
get ready
looking for
winter.
food right now. But anyways, we didn't see a bear. We wish we would.
We still haven't seen any major wildlife, you guys.
Except
It's been
for
a
deer,
little
yeah.
crazy.
Deer and turkey, like everywhere we go.
Plethora of both of those. I've been literally walking around with the GoPro in my pocket 24/7 to be ready to capture anything we see. We've spent so much time out in West Fork. My friend was like, "Oh, you're definitely going to see something out. It's hunting season. Everything's hiding right now. And they're not hanging out in the people populated places." But we did with Sherry go on a hike out here, the Silver Run Trail. And it sounds like they have multiple loops, right? You could have done a shorter hike.
So they do a loop that's 2 miles. Then they have one that's 3 miles, 4 miles, and the one that we did, the biggest loop, we did 5.3 miles. And it was a great loop. It's a great loop if you don't want intensity. And when I mean intensity, I mean from the sun and then from elevation gain. This was pretty flat. We did go up a little bit, went down a little bit, went up a little bit, went down a little bit.
But nothing crazy.
Yeah, we crossed some bridges, which is always fun.
Yeah, dogs
we brought
got to play in
the
the
dogs,
water. Yeah.
and the dogs had an extremely good day. Norman ran into probably 3 or 4 other unleashed dogs and was really behaved. We just had a great experience hiking right there.
It was wonderful.
And the people that we ran into that had the dogs, they didn't have their dogs leashed either. So it was just, I would recommend that trail.
Yeah, with your dogs.
With a well-behaved dog. They get to go swimming. They cross the bridges. They play in water multiple times. And they're chasing squirrels the whole time.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a good trail. Norman, I would estimate, we did 5 1/3 miles or whatever. Norman probably did 15.
Yeah,
he so much running around to do. It was great.
And the other dogs probably did Jules, 8, 9, 10 miles.
I'm really impressed. Jules did really good. If you've been following the podcast, she's starting to get up there in age. She's 12 and a half now. We see signs of it from here and there. She's gotten incontinence. We had to deal with that. She's on a steroid right now to stop her from peeing herself at night. Her hips are starting to get a little weak. She's got cataracts. She can't see that great. And she just had the greatest day. It's been a long time since we've taken her on a hike that long. At home, we usually do 3 miles completely flat. She did really good, really kept up with everybody. Since she's been really chipper and playful, it's been great. It's been wonderful to see and know that she can still handle those kind of hikes.
And the other one we did is Basin Lake. And that one we didn't go all the way up. We were looking for a spot to run the dogs basically in the morning, one of the mornings, so our friends could sleep in because they have very busy lives, and our dogs probably kept them up every night.
Unfortunately.
We probably weren't great visitors as far as that goes because Jules has that problem. So in the middle of the night, she'll just start whining and whacking her tail against the closet door until you get up.
Yeah, she's got to pee like every 4 hours. Like her and James pee every 4 hours.
So that is, trying to keep her quiet to get her outside in somebody else's house was difficult every time because the other 2 dogs wanted to go too. So anyway, so that was Red Lodge. We did some hiking. We did definitely playing in the water.
Trails.
We did 4-wheeling, and then the biggest thing we did when they both had a day off together, we did Beartooth Pass. And I'll tell you, Beartooth Pass one way from Red Lodge to Cook City, and that's how they really rate it if you look it up, and you should look it up. But it really, for one way, takes about 2 or 3 hours. And it's 70 miles one way. So it's 140 miles round trip for that. You're going through S corners and just crazy 12-foot thousand peaks all in front of you. Sheer drop off.
I mean, I'm talking, these are as dramatic as Glacier, I'd say. It was just stunning, these mountain ranges, seeing
and you're
these
going,
ravines
alpine forest. So the trees are turning.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
waterfalls, they call it an Arctic tundra when
Mhm.
you drive through there. And we experienced glaciers and snow. They
Yep.
had the road closed a week prior
Mhm.
in September. We have it open, and we left Red Lodge at 83 degrees.
Mhm.
The top of Beartooth Pass, you're up. I can't 11,000 feet was the main peak that we're driving on.
That we're driving on, yeah, there's higher
The
mountains.
highest mountain, but that's the one
Yeah.
we drove on.
Yep.
So we're up at 11,000 feet, and you stop right there 'cause that's the highest point. And just
It was freezing.
the Arctic lakes that you see,
Gorgeous.
and you can park and camp in Beartooth Pass
Yeah, just about anywhere. Yeah.
anywhere.
Yep.
It's all public land.
So if you don't know, there's these things. Ryan and Deidre had just bought them, I think, for Deidre's Mother's Day, right? They are inflatable paddle boards. They're about 18 pounds a piece. They come in a backpack and with a pump. These lakes, I'm telling you, if you're going to do Beartooth Pass, get some paddle boards. Even if you can't stand up on a board, you can sit. It's just as enjoyable of an experience. These lakes are so crystal clear, so beautiful, so calm because you're deep in these valleys.
And
There's no wind really.
as like
So
you
picturesque.
just
I could
fall
not.
asleep out there.
I could get a paddleboard, go out there, because that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to be out on that water. It is just so beautiful to just be that lost in the mountains. And Beartooth Pass is considered the 5th or in the top 5 of the most scenic drives in the United States. And it really wasn't that busy. There wasn't a whole lot of traffic up in there. And
When we
it's
went,
when
maybe in the summer it's
yeah,
busier,
I'm sure.
but our experience was super. So we go up and over, and we go from hot to freezing,
Mhm.
and then we get to Cook City.
Mhm.
And this is, I think it took us 4 hours. And you
We
got to
stopped
plan
in
on
most of the
spots.
yeah, you're
If
gonna
you're
stop and
stopping,
overlook.
we stopped at a lot of spots. We got a lot of go on the blog and look at these pictures. But anyways, we stopped. So Cook City, we're there again. It's just this little quaint mining town that started way back, trying to get people to tourism in between Red Lodge and Yellowstone National Park. And they've been trying to do it since the 30s. That town was there.
It's been there since the 1800s.
Yeah, but they tried to make
But
it
it was a
tourism
mining town. Yeah,
instead of mining to
then
keep the town
yes.
from closing because the mine closed.
Yeah, yeah. So it started out as a mining town in the 1800s and then changed, like you said, in the 1930s to a tourism town. And it's a cute little town.
We had fun.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of cute little shops, of course, a few restaurants. I think they had 3, maybe 4 restaurants,
4 restaurants, a gas station.
gas station, not bad gas prices.
It's like a 3/4 mile strip. You
Mhm.
can start at the visitor center and then walk the whole thing, and you're
Yeah.
in and out. They got the old jailhouse, just cool old town stuff.
Mhm.
We ate lunch there, and then we just took exactly the same way we took
Yep,
in
came back
on the
to
way back. But one of the things we did is places that we were like, oh, we should have stopped there.
Mhm.
One of the waterfalls we missed, it was just down this really quick S corner. You would drop in an elevation quickly. So we didn't stop there, and there was people there. On the way back, we stopped there. And man, crazy, crazy
It
waterfalls.
was beautiful. It was really beautiful.
Oh, when you get near the top, it wasn't really on the top. So on the way there, we stopped. What was that gas station?
Edge of the world.
Edge of the World. It was like, it was kind of cool because they had a little sauna out front that was open.
Yeah.
They had little cottages or something in the
Yeah, it
back.
looked like they rented.
And it was like an RV. Maybe you could have your RV there in the back. But that sauna was open. I ended up checking out, took some pictures. I got to send them to my son because I think that's what he should put in his yard. He wants to build one in his garage.
Mhm.
But this one was cool. So, anyways, but everything was there. There's a gas station there, and again, little trinkets.
Yeah, yeah, good little gift shop, and they had
Bathroom.
the bathroom, yes, for sure, and then camping gear. So Beartooth Pass, it's national forest, and there is all kinds of roads in each and every direction along streams and in deep forests. You could pull over anywhere and disperse camp. But if you realize you didn't have something, or you broke something, or you need something, Edge of the World had a good little camp store too. Tons of dispersed camping. Again, it's so high in elevation. Montana gets hot. They'll see 100 degrees in this area. Get up into that higher elevation, 10,000 feet, 11,000 feet in elevation, and it feels a whole lot more tolerable. It's a lot cooler in those summer months. So it's a great way to escape the summer heat, do some camping. The road, though, I will say, Beartooth Pass, with pulling a camper trailer or driving a big RV,
Better
that
be
is
careful.
a slow drive. Take
You
your
better
time.
be careful.
It's
The
a
road's
windy
narrow,
road,
windy,
and you're
and
doing
sheer drop-offs.
big climbs in elevation. So it's hard on your engine and those brakes too on the way down. So just keep that in mind. Prepare yourself for that before you make that trip in your camper if you're towing something large.
I mean, I really think you start at like 4 or 5,000 feet in elevation and you go literally up to 11,000 feet in elevation. It's a climb.
Yeah.
And it's a downhill challenge on your brakes.
Yeah.
Very, very, highly recommend that area.
It's a good cruise.
I definitely highly recommend that area if you like to backpack and be remote in the middle of nowhere.
These lakes were
Couple
beautiful.
miles off of kind of a main road in places that you just, not too many people get to experience the outdoors like that right there. And like Kara said, we're hoping that we someday will be able to buy these portable paddle boards that you literally, it's in a knapsack, 20 pounds. It's less.
Yeah, you can hike it down to the
you
lake.
hike it down with the rest
and
of
now
your
you're
gear.
in the mountains all by yourself.
And you're chilling,
man.
having lunch on a paddleboard in a lake that most people, to swim in it, it's going to be cold.
It's
You
gonna be
fall
cold.
off.
Yeah, it's snow melt.
But just to splash yourself in it and be on the paddleboard and bring out a drink and even some food on the paddleboards because you can just float.
Have a picnic on a paddleboard in the middle of these
Unbelievable
lakes.
time.
I'm
And
telling you,
me,
beautiful.
I try to find the paddleboard in the shade, or at least just look away from the sun. But me and Kara still go paddleboarding, and it's amazing.
It's a good time. If you haven't tried paddleboarding, I don't stand up on it. I don't have a great balance. If you've listened to past episodes, I'm really not the most athletically inclined human being, not graceful. But hanging out on a paddleboard is a good time. It is just so relaxing. You're out in the water, so there is absolutely nothing to do but be on the water and be present, be in the moment, enjoy it. You know, you buy it once and it's no
take care
commitment.
of it.
Yeah, you know, if you have a motorboat, you have to keep buying gasoline, whatever. This is portable. It fits in a backpack, so you can stow it anywhere. So it's ready to go for any of your outdoor trips. And you only buy it once, you know, and you take care of it and it'll last a long time. I think things like that are a great investment, especially when they can be compact. Because again, you can just have it. We always have in the back of our truck, I call it our go gear. Whatever adventure we end up finding ourselves in that day, we've got what we need for it. You know, we've got water shoes, we got hiking boots, we've got our screen tent, our pop-up chairs. You know, they're just always living in the back of the truck, ready for whatever adventure we find ourselves in. And you throw that paddleboard in there and you're ready for anything you come across. That's a good time.
So we talked about going over Beartooth Pass, coming there and back, and we went to Red Lodge. And we just had a really great time in Red Lodge. It was a lot of fun. But one of the things I want to say, if you're just in Red Lodge and you're heading to Yellowstone, when you come out of Cook City, you're heading straight into Lamar Valley. And if you've never been to Yellowstone, this is a valley that you want to go to if you want to see bison, wolf, bear. And you'll see they'll have wolf tours set up, and there's people with these huge cameras and viewing scopes that are 400 yards looking in this valley to the edge of the trees where them animals come in. The bison, when we drove through there in our car,
they were everywhere.
It was pretty early in the morning. We left super early, Red Lodge. We came down into Lamar Valley, and the bison were in the road. I thought I was going to be a smart aleck.
I have that video. I should post it on the blog.
I put my window down. I'm like,
he was about to be one of those stupid tourists. He was literally, I'm like, what are you doing? I don't think this is a good idea.
Bison's ass, because it was right near the car. I rolled down the window and the thing got closer. I quickly rolled up.
Yeah, I'll post the video on the blog because the look on his face is priceless. The thing was bigger than our car. It could have knocked
the car over. He
could have just hit bumped us and we'd have been rolling.
And I was like, okay, I have to put the window up. And we slowly drove because they were all on the road. So you will definitely experience bison there. That's the only thing that we've seen is the bison, but we've seen a lot of them.
And the osprey, that was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. And the bison were cool because when we went through, they were having their
late
rut.
August. It was rut. Yep.
And they were fighting each other, and it was cool to see them. So we did see a lot of that. So I didn't want to leave Lamar Valley out because that was like the highlight of my Yellowstone adventure, which we will talk about eventually.
It will probably, maybe our next episode we'll talk about our last year experience at Yellowstone, because I think we've decided we're going to go ahead and skip Yellowstone this time around.
Yeah, we're not going to travel through Yellowstone like we thought just because we got the dogs.
Yeah, we didn't get to really experience Glacier the way we would have wanted to because of their restrictions on dogs, and because of safety. Yellowstone's even stricter because of all the mud pots and the, boiling water, not boiling, but super hot water springs. They're just,
and it's hard to find
out of the water
camping.
anyways is terrible thing to avoid. But yeah, it's hard to find dispersed camping in that area. We did really want to check out the national forest. I can't remember the name of it, but that's between Yellowstone and Grand Tetons.
That's where I'm
And
planning to camp.
see if there is free camping in that area. We couldn't really find much details on whether there was or not. We were interested in checking all of that out, but with the dogs, it's a lot of driving. So we'll do a Yellowstone episode where we'll talk about, if you've never been, kind of the setup around Yellowstone.
And how we did it, and we did it pretty good.
Yeah, I
we'll
think
talk
so.
about that.
So we'll give you guys some details on that, and so that'll be up and coming. But we think we're gonna just kind of skirt to the east of Yellowstone through Wyoming now and head into the east side of Utah. You get too close to Salt Lake City and Provo, there's not really any dispersed camping.
Dispersed camping and a lot of traffic.
Yeah, a lot of traffic. We don't like traffic.
So
we like the back roads.
We're still researching that and what exactly route we're gonna go. But for now, thanks for joining us and join the conversation. Red Lodge, Beartooth Pass was really great.
It's great.
I highly recommend both areas. The little town's great, but I can't say enough about the Beartooth Pass is breathtaking from start to finish. And Cook City was a great little town to stop in.
Yeah, have lunch and then continue back on the pass or go into Yellowstone.
Yep. And then if you go to Lamar Valley, it's just spectacular.
Yep.
Thanks for joining.
Thanks for listening,
Cruising.
you guys. Love ya. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Kerouac's Cruising.
We're thrilled to have you with us.
We had a blast recording this episode and hope you enjoyed our adventures as much as we enjoyed sharing them.
For more amazing pictures and stories, visit our website and blog at kerouacscruising.com.
And join the conversation on Facebook at Kerouac's Cruising or email us at join@kerouacscruising.com.
We'd love to hear your thoughts and suggestions.
If you enjoyed this episode, please consider liking, subscribing, and leaving us a review.
Your support helps us reach more listeners and allows us to continue sharing our travel experiences with you.
It's a generous favor that means the world to us.
Thank you so much for listening to Kerouac's Cruising.
Until next time, happy travels.